to Zn. So suppose if you consider this is a closed curve, right? We are using anti-clockwise. We are taking as a closed curve. If you are taking a endpoints lies inside the closed curve, at that point the function is not analytic. Then you can find out the residues of each point by using f of z. After finding all residues, their sum, and you have to multiply their sum to 2 pi I. So from that you may get the integration of this function, right? Suppose, I think you may arise one question. Sir, suppose a function have some points lies inside this closed curve, some few points lies outside the closed curve. So now what we do? So that question you may ask. So don't bother about the singular point outside the closed curve. Only you have to find out residue of a point which is inside the closed curve, right? Suppose all the points, all singular points of this function outside the closed curve means you can use Cauchy's theorem. The statement of the Cauchy's theorem is if the function f of z is analytic inside and on a closed curve C means integral over C f of z dz equal to 0. So from that you can put, suppose if all singularities lies outside the C means no need to use Cauchy's residue theorem. Simply you can apply Cauchy's theorem only. So from that you can get the integration, right? So now we will see some problem. In a single problem, I am going to derive three types, right? So read the problem. Evaluate integral over z minus 1, z plus 1 square, z minus 2 dz, where C are the closed curve. So here in this problem, I have taken three closed curve. I think three circle, right? So in each circle, I am going to find the integration. So first one, so given that C is modulus z plus I equal to 1. So in a given integration, f of z is z minus 1, z plus 1 whole square, z minus 2, right? First try to find out singular point. How to find singular point? You have to equate denominator equal to 0. So from that you may get z plus 1 whole square, z minus 2 whole into equal to 0. If you equate separately, you may get z minus 1 and z equal to 2. So here you can say, because the function is a rational function, numerator and denominator are polynomial. So for that, simply you can say, you can take this singular point as a pole, right? So here simply you can take this is a pole of order 2. It is a simple pole. So because this factor has power 2, z minus 2 has power 1. So for that I have taken z equal to minus 1 is a pole of order 2. Z equal to 2 is a simple pole. Right? Now I'm going to draw a curve C. Right? So how to draw a circle? So the center of this circle is minus I and the radius is 1. So I'm going to draw a given circle. So z equal to minus 1 as a minus I as the center. The radius is 1. So if you draw the diagram, you make it like this. It is a real axis. It is imaginary axis. It is origin minus 2i. So if you draw the given circle, you make it like this. Now try to plot these 2 points in this complex plane. Suppose if you can take z equal to minus 1 as minus 1 comma 0 minus 1 comma 0. It is the meaning. So that point lies here. It is coming here. Z equal to 2 comes in the right hand side of the real axis. I think it is coming here. You can take 2 comma 0 as z equal to 2. These 2 points, suppose if you comparing the first circle in the closed curve, these 2 singularities lies outside the closed curve. So for that, simply no need to find residue of minus 1 and 2 also. So simply by using Cauchy's theorem, no need to use Cauchy's residue theorem here. So there is no singular point inside the given circle. So there is no singular point lies inside the circle. So for that, you can say the function f of z analytic inside this closed circle. So by first you have to write, you have to mention the conditions why we are using Cauchy's theorem. Since z equal to minus 1 and 2 lie outside C, outside C. So therefore, f of z is analytic inside C by Cauchy's theorem integral over C z minus 1 z plus 1 whole square z minus 2 dz equal to 0. Right? So here we can't apply Cauchy's residue theorem. Let's go to the next circle. Next one is see from modulus z minus I equal to 2. So without knowing, without using the circle, so if you know how to draw the circle means no need to Don't worry about the checking of that singular points, whether it is interior or exterior. It is very easy to check by using the graph. Suppose without graph, how to identify that the points lies inside this closed curve or outside the closed curve? Only by substitution, you can easily check the condition. Suppose I will tell you here. So I know already we know z equal to -1 as one singular point. Now I'm going to check whether this point lies inside the circle or not by only substituting. Simply you can substitute z equal to -1 in the left hand side. So from that you may get -1 minus I. Try to find the magnitude. If you find the magnitude, you may get -1 whole square plus -1 whole square. Real part square plus imaginary part square. You may get root 2. Right? So whether the root 2 is greater than 2 or less than 2. Definitely this value is 1.414. You may get approximate value. So which is less than 2. So if you apply z equal to -1, you may get the value is less than 2. So from that you conclude z equal to -1 lies inside the closed curve. That means a circle, right? Similarly, try to identify z equal to 2. If you substitute z equal to 2 in this left hand side, so from that try to find the corresponding value. 2 minus I equal to square root of 2 square plus 1 square equal to 4 plus 1 equal to root 5. Definitely the value of root pi is greater than 2. So from that I am going to conclude z equal to -1 lies inside C. Z equal to of order 2. Next one is z equal to 2 lies outside C. So only it's not to find z the residue of f of z at z equal to -1. So no need to find residue at z equal to 2 because z equal to 2 lies outside C. So only it's enough to find residue at z equal to -1 only, right? So now I'm going to find residue of f of z at -1. So here the order of -1 is 2. So for that I am going to apply the formula by in order 2. So limit z tends to -1 d by dz of z -1 whole square f of z. So now try to substitute f of z. Already we have assumed. So 1 by 1 factorial is equal to 1. Limit z tends to -1 d by dz z -1 whole square z -1, sorry, it is plus z minus a whole square. So a is -1. So you make it plus. So you can cancel this term. After cancelling that term, you have to differentiate the remaining terms. After the differentiation, you can substitute the limit. So limit z tends to -1. If you differentiate by using u by v, Gaussian rule, you may get z minus 2 whole square, z minus 2. If you differentiate z minus 1, you may get 1, z minus 1, You have to differentiate z minus 2, you may get 1. So from that, you will get limit z tends to minus 1. If you substitute z equal to minus 1 in the differentiation, after the differentiation, you have to substitute directly. If you substitute, you may get minus 3 minus of minus 2 equal to plus 2 divided by minus 3 whole square. So no need to put, if you substitute that value, no need to put limit, right? So you may get minus 1 by 9, minus 1 by 9. So now I'm going to apply Cauchy's residue theorem. By Cauchy's residue theorem, integral over C, f of z, dz equal to z minus 1, z plus 1 whole square, z plus, sorry, minus 2 equal to two pi I into sum of residue. But here only one residue we are going to apply. So simply you can apply residue of f of z at minus 1. So now you can substitute that value 2 pi I into minus 1 by 9, which is equal to minus 2 pi I divided by 9. So this is the answer of this integration with respect to a given circle. So next one. So next question is, what is the next question? Now I'm going to evaluate this integration with respect to in a closed circle, modulus z equal to 3. In modulus z equal to 3, what happened? Whether these two singular point lies inside this circle or not. Definitely these two singular points. Suppose in this diagram, if you draw a closed curve, that means a circle of center 0, here in this circle, the center is 0, 0, radius equal to 3. So if you draw in this complex line, you may get like this. So from that you can identify these two pole lies inside the circle. So for that, with respect to this circle, you need to find residue of both points. Already we have calculated residue at z equal to minus 1. But in this problem, you have to find out, again you have to find out residue at z equal to 2. Right? Now I'm going to find. So in third one, since z equal to minus 1 and 2 are lie inside C. So for that, I am going to find residue of f of z at 2 also. So here z equal to 2 is a simple pole. So for that, I am going to apply the corresponding formula. Z tends to 2. This value you have to apply here. So z minus a is 2. So z minus 2 into f of z. So f of z is nothing but z minus 1, z plus 1 whole square, z minus 2. Z minus 2. You can cancel these two terms. After the cancellation, substitute z equal to in the remaining values. So 2 minus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 whole square equal to 1 by 9. Equal to 1 by 9. Now by using Cauchy's residue theorem, by Cauchy's integral over C f of z dz equal to 2 pi I into R1 plus R2. So R1 plus R2 is nothing but the residue at z equal to minus 1. This is residue at z equal to 2, right? So simply you can substitute. You may get 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9. So which is equal to 0. So this is the answer for third integration, right? Next one. So next one is, it is the most important topic in this unit, because the contour integration is most application is we are going to apply most applications, particularly some improper integrals. We can't integrate in a real integration. The improper integral, some improper integral is not integrable by usual method. So for that, with the help of complex integration like Cauchy's theorem, Cauchy's integral formula, and Cauchy's residue theorem, we are going to evaluate the real definite integral. So for that, I am going to give the new name contour integral. That means the contour integral is nothing but evaluating a real definite integral by using complex integration. This process is called contour integration, right? So contour is nothing but a closed curve, right? By using simple closed curve, we are going to evaluate a definite integral. So in this unit, we are going to see three types. One is integral over 0 to 2 pi f of cos theta comma sin theta. That means this is a function of sine and cos theta, right? Suppose this function is coming in other formulas containing other trigonometric functions like tan, cosecant, secant. Try to convert that term should be sine and cos theta. Then only you can apply this type. Otherwise you won't apply this method. Suppose instead of sine and cos is coming. Sometimes in this problem, cos square, sine square, cos 2 theta, sine 2 theta. So like that, it may come. So in this case, you can substitute the trigonometric identities. So then only you can apply this formula. In first type, suppose 0 to 2 pi and this kind of function is coming means, you can use directly, you can substitute modulus C as unit circle. C as unit circle. So you can rewrite the unit circle as z equal to e power I theta. It is a complex form, right? By using this complex form, z equal to e power I theta, try to differentiate with respect to z and theta. So from that you may get dz equal to e power I theta into I d theta. Like that you may get. So from that you can identify d theta equal to 1 by I z dz, right? And also you can substitute sine theta equal to 1 by 2i z square minus 1 by z. So by using Euler formula is nothing but the expansion of cos e power I theta is cos theta plus I sine theta. Suppose if you add z plus 1 by z, you may get 2 cos theta. So from that I have calculated cos theta equal to 1 by 2 1 z plus 1 by z. So that thing I have written differently, z square plus 1 divided by z, right? So next one is next type. So these are the uh, substitutions. So instead of theta, I'm going to transform this theta as z by using these assumptions, right? By using these assumptions, I am going to transform the functions of theta should be a functions of z, right? Second type is improper integral. So in this integral, you may get the integral should be a rational function. So in this type, you have to use one condition. The degree of p of x should be less than degree of q of x. Then only the second type is applicable, right? So in this integration, you have to take the corresponding curve, closed curve is upper semicircle. Upper circle modulus is equal to r. So similarly, you can do the third type also. The third type, instead of this term, you may get f of x into cos nx. So in this case also, you have to apply C is upper semicircle modulus is equal to r. So here r is nothing but the arbitrary number. So in while doing this integration, you are going to take r as tends to infinity. So from that you may get the some fixed limit should is going to be infinity. So for that, here r should be a some real number. I'm going to extend while doing the problem. Okay. Now I'm going to do one problem in type 1. So let's see. Evaluate integral over 0 to 2 pi d theta 2 plus cos theta by contour integration. So here I am going to apply first result. Directly you can take these results. So no need to find out all those cases, right? Directly you can use these three cases. That means four expressions. The four expressions try to convert this term should be in terms of z, right? Try to apply. So now I'm going to take in this. First you have to assume let c from modulus z equal to 1. That is z equal to e power I theta. So from that we get dz equal to 1 by I z dz equal to d theta. Simply you can differentiate, you may get the answer. I think if you differentiate, you may get dz by d theta equal to I into e power I theta. So if you multiply, you may get I e power I theta. So instead of this term, I am going to rewrite I z. So dz divided by d theta equal to I z. So d theta equal to dz by I z. So that thing I have written in the previous slide. And also you know that 1 by z equal to e power minus theta, because z equal to e power I theta, 1 by z equal to e power minus I theta. You can rewrite this term as cos theta plus I sin theta. So if you add these two things, you may get z plus 1 by z equal to 2 cos theta. So cos theta equal to 1 by 2 z plus 1 by z. So better you can rewrite this term as, if you take LCM, from that you make it like this. 1 by 2 is it. So instead of cos theta, because so in this integration, cos theta is coming. So for that I have calculated cos theta in terms of Z. Now I am going to substitute this expression and as well as t theta in this integral. So before substituting the integral, try to find out 2 plus cos theta. So 2 plus cos theta is nothing but 2 plus 1 by 2 Z into Z square plus 1. I have replaced cos theta by 1 by 2 Z plus Z square. If you multiply, if you take LCM, you may get 4 Z plus Z square plus 1 divided by 2 Z. Now try to apply this 2 plus cos theta in the given contour integral. So you can rewrite 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by 2 plus cos theta equal to integral over C. Now I am going to replace theta by Z. So for that, I am going to transform real definite integral to a complex integral. So that's why instead of limits, I am going to put C, contour, that means closed curve. So d theta is nothing but dz by iz into 4z plus z square plus 1 divided by 2z. So better try to cancel these two terms, right? If you multiply shifted, you can shift these two to numerator. So from that you make it 2 by I integral over C dz z square plus 4z plus 1, right? Now try to assume f of z equal to 1 by z square plus 4z plus 1. So some problems you may get the coefficient of z should be a constant, some constant. Suppose some a is coming means near the z square. Try to take that term also. Try to convert the coefficient of z square should be 1, right? So in this problem, no problem, because the coefficient of z square is 1. But some number is coming means try to take that number as a common term in the denominator. And you try to take that number to common term in the denominator, and you have to shift, you will shift that number to from this integration, right? Outside this integration. After the remaining terms, after doing this process, you can take the remaining entire term should be f of z, except dz. D is an operator. So because you should not take you should not take f of z including dz. So you keep in mind. So except dz, you have to take f of z. So no need to take a constant, because we are only we are not disturbing this term, right? So because this term lies, it is coming as on, right? No need to no need to touch this number, right? So it is coming like this, right? So except dz, you have to take f of z. After taking this number, try to find out a singular point. Denominator is equal to 0. If you equate, you may get. So by try to use this formula, z equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. A equal to 1, b equal to 4, c equal to 1. So by using this quadratic equation, try to substitute a equal to 1, b equal to 4, and c equal to 1 in this formula. So from that, I think you can easily do this process. So now I'm going to substitute directly. If you substitute, you may get z equal to minus 2 plus or minus root 3, plus or minus root 3. All right. So now I'm going to check these 2 points. That means z equal to minus 2 plus root 3. Another one is minus 2 minus root 3. So suppose if you substitute z in this circle, it is a real part. The whole, both are real. Already you know the formula for magnitude. Suppose modulus x equal to simply x only, right? Suppose if you take a complex number, the magnitude of complex number means you can take square root of x square plus y square, but only x is coming. So the modulus of x is also x. So by using this formula, you may get modulus z equal to modulus minus 2 plus root 3. Simply you may get minus 2 plus root 3. So what is the value of this? The exact value? Can you find the exact value of this expression? Definitely you can do. So the square root of root 3 is 1.73. Suppose if you subtract minus 2 from minus 1.73, that number should be less than 1. But if you take modulus of this value, you may get 2 plus root 3. Modulus of this value is 2 plus root 3. That value definitely greater than 1. So from that, so please once again I am going to explain this concept. So here there is no imaginary part is coming. So for that, simply you can take modulus of this number. So the modulus of this number should be, you may get same, right? Minus 2 plus root 3. Their value is less than 1. Suppose if you take modulus of this value, you can take minus as a common term. So the modulus of negative is positive, right? So it's enough to write 2 plus root 3. The value of 2 plus root 3 is greater than 1. So for that, you can write z equal to minus 2 plus root 3. I'm going to take this is alpha, right? Lies inside C, but z equal to minus 2 minus root 3. I'm going to take this is beta. Lies outside C. So for a simplification purpose, I am going to give the name for these two roots. You keep in mind, suppose the roots of this equation is alpha and beta. You can rewrite this term as z minus alpha and z minus beta, right? Because alpha and beta are roots of this expression. So you can rewrite this term as z minus alpha and z minus beta, right? So now I'm going to apply Cauchy's. I'm going to apply Cauchy's residue theorem. Here I'm going to apply Cauchy's residue theorem in this equation. So only you have to apply here, right? So from 1 implies, so in the left hand side you may get the original integration. In the right hand side you can take the final integration. Now you can apply the Cauchy's integral formula. So 2 pi I is a constant. Only you can substitute this integration only. So 2 pi I into residue of f of z and alpha, right? So because alpha lies inside C, but beta lies outside C. Now try to find out residue of, you can take this is equation 1, 2. Try to find out residue of f of z at alpha. So residue of f of z at alpha equal to limit z tends to alpha, z minus alpha, f of z. which is equal to limit z tends to alpha z minus alpha 1 by z minus alpha z minus beta. So you can cancel this term. Now try to substitute alpha. So alpha minus beta. But we need to find the residue should be a number. So for that, you can substitute alpha and beta here. So alpha is minus 2 plus root 3, minus of minus, you may get 1 by minus 2. After the simplification, you will get, I think you can cancel this term. You may get 1 by 2 root 3. 1 by 2 root 3. Right? Now, by using second equation, 0 to 2 pi d theta 2 plus cos theta equal to 2 pi I into 2 pi I into 1 by 2 root 3. Now you can cancel these terms. So from that you may get 2 pi by root 3.